Transurfing is an option within personal growth that offers a new perspective on how to shape our physical reality and materialize our desires. In essence, Transurfing is a model that allows us to navigate and control reality by teaching our mind to perceive it in a particular way. Although many of Transurfing's ideas were known before Vadim Zeland wrote his books, he manages to convey them in a clear and practical way, allowing the reader to see the world from a completely different angle. At Mens Vanilla, we apply these golden rules in our training. 1. The space of variance. According to Transurfing, the world contains an infinite number of variants and forms of reality. This implies that the world can be perceived as an informational structure with innumerable possibilities of materialization, each with its own settings and decorations. This concept is related to quantum physics. The space of variance can be imagined as a tree with infinite branches, where each branch represents a possible variant of reality. Our mind travels along these lines in the space of variance and materializes the variation to which it is tuned. 2. Pendulums. Transurfing postulates that people who direct their thoughts in the same direction create invisible energy information structures that influence daily life. These structures are called pendulums. A pendulum is a kind of condensed thought that can manifest itself as an idea, doctrine, organization, ideology, fashion, etc. Pendulums have no consciousness and their sole purpose is to draw energy from their followers. The more massive the group of followers, the more powerful the pendulum. If the number of followers decreases, the pendulum weakens and disappears. A pendulum can control you through fear, inferiority complexes, guilt, and false importance. For example, if a pendulum captures your mental energy, it traps you in a loop of negative emotions like anger and resentment. By doing so, you feed the pendulum and tune into a reality where the things you are trying to avoid abound. You begin to feel that what you fear is chasing you. You can't fight a pendulum. There are only two ways to get out of its influence: collapse it or extinguish it. 3. The wave of luck. Transurfing describes the wave of luck as a collection of positive lines in the variant space. This wave will only follow you if you build up the momentum from your first success. Destructive pendulums will try to distance you from the wave of luck, but if you give up importance, you acquire freedom of choice. 4. Excessive potentials. Excess potentials are created when you pay too much attention and value to a particular object or event. Your subjective perception distorts objective reality, assigning exaggeratedly negative or positive attributes to what happens in your life. They are the daily worries to which you give strength and power. These potentials are invisible but play a crucial and often insidious role in people's lives. Balancing forces intervene to eliminate excessive potentials, creating massive problems by opposing the original intention. 5. Induced transitions. According to Transurfing, each person manifests a separate layer of the world in which he lives. An emotional response to a negative event induces a transition to a negative lifeline that pulls you into a pendulum vortex. By being actively interested in negative information and responding emotionally, you unconsciously attract negativity into your life. Going from being an observer to actively participating in a nightmare. The most common vortices of destructive pendulums are wars, crises, unemployment, epidemics, panics, disasters, economic losses, etc. 6. Goals and doors. One of the biggest misconceptions imposed by pendulums is that you should strive for happiness. They make you believe that you have to overcome many obstacles to earn your place under the sun. According to Transurfing, happiness exists only in the here and now, in the current lifeline. Vadim Zeland, through his Transurfing model, invites us to understand that reality can be shaped and that each of us has the power to choose the best future for himself. By applying these principles, we not only improve our own lives but also contribute to a more harmonious global balance.